like crap, I feel like crap, but whatever. Let's move past that. So, today's video is going to be how and why I teach my horse to back into a trailer and have their butt where their head would be. One, I think it's a good thing to make sure your horse is versatile and can do anything that you ask them to do. Point blank. Two, the reason that I taught Kamani to back into a trailer is because the very first time we took her and hauled her, we didn't take her very far. She was in the trailer for a long period of time, but it wasn't moving that often. We made just a couple stops. And she bent a pin, just like this one, just as thick as this one. She bent it clear down the middle right here, to where we had to go to a lush walk, have them pound it out with her in there, backing into them, freaking out because of the noise. And then we had to take her out, and they had to power saw it out with a metal grinder or something. I don't know what they use. And we had to tie her in with hay string. Now the hay string worked. So we thought, okay, until she gets used to balancing herself, that's what we'll use when we haul her. So we then took her to town again, which you guys see in my ride video, and tied her in with hay string. And about 4 times on the highway we had to pull over, from what I remember, between going to town and coming home, and tie it because the panel was flapping open. The reason I mainly taught her to back in is the next time we haul her is in a couple weeks for our trip. She has to go to the vet and get a health certificate. So my theory is because her head's going to be where the pin's at, hopefully she won't lean into it, because this is going to be, obviously this piece will be sticking away from her head. But my theory is hopefully it'll be a little uncomfortable for her to lean her neck on this, since her butt is bigger than her neck. And if she leans where the hinges are to hold the dividers in place, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So the next time we haul her, we're going to try it this way and go from there. But let's get into the steps of how I taught it, how I went from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. Step 1 is pretty basic, simple, and sweet. You're going to make sure you can back them up lightly, slowly, fast, whatever direction you want, and make sure you have control of their feet going backwards. Now, step 2, I never really did with Kamani. I put it in here for anybody who wants an extra step. So for step 2, if you have a bridge or a teeter-totter, you're going to lead them on it, make sure they're comfortable with it, and then back them off. They're going to learn to step down. Mine's kind of broken, as you can see. But you're going to lead them on and back them off a few times and make sure they're comfortable. And then, after that step, you're going to try and back them on it. Now, horses aren't really used to backing up onto things, so the first time you do it, you might just get this, where she's kind of got one part of her hoof up there. So love on them there and let them rest. If they take their foot off or kind of step off like she does here in a second, then you're going to put their feet to work and lunge them. So right here, I tried to turn her head and yield her butt to get her to step up. And she did, but she automatically kind of stepped off, so she got to go to work. Now this actually took me quite a while. I had to cut a lot of the footage. So here I got her nose bent. I'm tapping at her hip, trying to get that other hoof up. She didn't get it, so she got worked. And now we got to this point. I just kept going until she started trying more, and it was kind of like this the whole time. So it's difficult. I don't know how long it took me to get this, but as you can see, she still didn't back straight completely on. So all I did was, again, tilted her nose and drived at that hip until she got all 4 feet up there. I'm surprised she had trouble with this, considering she knows already how to back onto a trailer without that step before. So when I go to do the trailer, I'm just going to back her up. She likes to use the wall as kind of a guide. I'm going to let her do that. And you can see I'm barely adding any pressure, and she takes herself right in. So that's why I'm really surprised she had problems with that teeter-totter. And then the other reason I'm really happy I taught this is the first time I led her out like this, she about jumped over the top of me. She did not know how to step out quietly going forward. So here's a different view. She's going in nice and quietly and calmly. And I'm just having to kind of correct her position a little bit. And I'm able to fully close the divider, and she's perfectly quiet and calm. Now that's the main reason I got after her a lot at the bridge or the teeter-totter is because you see how fast she kind of backed in and knew exactly where to go. But she also knows what I'm asking. So if a horse knows what I'm asking and they've proven to me, I have actually taken off her halter and put her butt up against the trailer and just asked her to back, and she's gone right in. So when a horse knows what I'm asking and they act a little naughty and don't want to try, I do get after them a little bit more, just because they know what's expected. And if I don't correct it now, they're going to start thinking it's okay to not try anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something, and I'm hoping that her riding a little bit backwards with the pin in this part will keep her from leaning her face and her neck on the pin. The problem is she likes to take her butt when we stop and just push into it, and that's what jammed it right here.